Hi all, today we are going to learn about phrases and clauses. So what is a phrase? It is a group of related words that doesn't have both subject and a verb. So phrase is a part of a sentence but not a complete sentence. There will be many words and it won't give you a proper meaning. Only some meaning will be there. But already we learned for a sentence, group of words will be there and you will get a complete meaning. And here for a phrase, group of words will be there but there won't be a complete meaning. It cannot stand on its own to give a complete meaning. It needs some other words to join together to give a proper meaning and to become a complete sentence. It's just a part of a sentence. So you can go through the example. Across the field. So here across the field there are three different words and it is giving you some meaning but not a complete meaning. So now let us see. The boy ran across the field. So here in order to make the meaning complete we are just using the words the boy ran. So here the boy ran across the field. When it comes together it becomes a proper sentence. So here a phrase, it's a group of words and it doesn't give you a proper meaning and it doesn't have both subject and a verb. So next one, clauses. Clauses, it is a group of related words containing a subject and a verb. It is similar to that of a sentence. All the sentences are clauses, but all the clauses are not sentences. For example, Heidi is an orphan girl. Okay, Heidi is an orphan girl. Heidi is the subject, is the verb, and hence here the meaning is complete and it becomes a clause. Okay, in clauses there are two different kinds. One is main clause, otherwise called as independent clause. Second one, subordinate clause, otherwise called as dependent clause. Okay, and here a main clause can stand alone as a sentence. It is the same as a sentence. Okay, it gives a proper meaning when it is separate. And it expresses a complete thought. There will be a complete meaning. It does not need the help of any other words to give us a sense, to make a sense. An example, it was a black goat. So here the meaning is complete and it becomes a clause. And it is main clause because it is not depending on any other clause to give you a proper meaning. And second one, subordinate clause or dependent clause. So from the word dependent itself, it is easy to understand. It always depends on the main clause to give you a complete meaning. This clause is always in need of another clause. For example, it was a black goat that followed him home. It was a black goat that followed him home. Here it was a black goat is main clause, that followed him home is subordinate clause. So here that followed him home is not complete when it is separate and hence it always need the help of the main clause. It was a black goat to complete its meaning. The subordinate clause depend on the main clause to express a complete thought. The subordinate clauses are always joined by the conjunctions as, because, when, if, so on, etc. So let us go through few more examples of clauses. I like the picture because of its beauty. I like the picture is main clause. Because of its beauty is subordinate clause. So here because of beauty is subordinate clause and it is not complete unless it joins with the main clause I like the picture. The next example, before the teacher leaves, we should complete our note. So we should complete our note as main clause. Before the teacher leaves is subordinate clause. So we should complete our note should actually join with the subordinate clause in order to make the subordinate clause complete. And third one, if Velu comes home early, we would go to the party. So if Velu comes home early is the subordinate clause. We would go to the party is main clause. And next example, unless it stops raining, we cannot go out. Unless it stops raining is subordinate clause which depends on the main clause. We cannot go out to give us a proper meaning. You can sit wherever you want. You can sit is the main clause. Wherever you want is the subordinate clause. So here wherever you want, the subordinate clause gets completed only when the main clause joins together with it. So I hope you all understood the difference between phrases and clause and the two different kinds of clauses. Hope you all are doing well. Thank you.